I am Krishna, the one who whispered wisdom to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Today I speak directly to you. Yes, you who has been seeking answers in this age of chaos. Listen carefully, for what I reveal now is not merely advice. It is an urgent warning that many will ignore to their own detriment. The signs are already manifesting around you. Have you felt that strange unease lately? That feeling that something fundamental is shifting in your world? It is no coincidence. That discomfort is my divine signal, attempting to break through the noise of your distracted mind. This message comes at the precise moment you need it most, not by chance, but by cosmic design. The fact that you are hearing these words now is evidence that you have been chosen to receive this final warning. What I am about to share will disturb those living in comfortable illusion. Some will dismiss it, others will listen but delay action. Only a few will recognize the emergency at hand and respond immediately, and they alone will find shelter in the coming storm. My devotee, the world stands at a critical threshold. The age of Kali deepens its grip with each passing moment. I have watched you struggle against forces you barely comprehend, consumed by desires that leave you empty, chasing shadows that vanish at your touch. This is my final warning. Time is running out for those who continue to live in ignorance of their true nature. Look around you. The material world you believed was solid is revealing its impermanence. Institutions once trusted now falter. Technologies promising connection have left you more isolated. Abundance has created not contentment, but craving. The material illusions you chase are dissolving before your eyes. Can you not see it? Relationships built on false foundations crumbling. Wealth accumulated through greed vanishing. Health deteriorating when dharma is ignored. Every night, millions lie awake, haunted by a nameless dread. Every morning, millions rise to pursue goals that will never fulfill them. This collective suffering is not random. It is the divine alarm I have set, now ringing at its highest volume. Type Hare Krishna in the comments to affirm my blessings. Every day you wake to a world more chaotic than before. This is no accident. The universe is sending you messages you continue to ignore. When your mind races without peace, I am calling you. When relationships bring pain instead of joy, I am calling you. When success feels hollow, I am calling you. When your heart aches for something unnamed, I am calling you. The emergency is not in the world outside, it is within you. Your soul is urgently crying out while you cover your ears. Do you recognize these symptoms in your own life? The constant dissatisfaction, the feeling that something essential is missing, the exhaustion that sleep cannot cure, the longing that no achievement can satisfy. These are not signs of failure. Your soul recognizes what your mind denies, that you have been separated from me for too long. Let me speak plainly about the illusions that have trapped you. First is the illusion of time, that you have endless tomorrows to begin your spiritual journey. This is the most dangerous deception. Each breath is a gift that can be revoked without warning. Each sunset brings you closer to your final one. Second is the illusion of separation, that you exist apart from me and all creation. This false division is the root of your suffering. You are not a fragment isolated in a hostile universe. You are an eternal portion of myself, temporarily forgotten your true identity. Third is the illusion of control, that through your planning and effort alone, you can secure your happiness. Yet how often have your most careful plans collapsed? How often has unexpected grace arrived when you finally surrendered? Fourth is the illusion of possession, that you can truly own anything in this temporal world. Everything you believe you possess, your body, relationships, wealth, reputation, is on temporary loan from the universe. Fifth is the illusion of independence, that your achievements are solely your own. Every breath you take depends on countless forces beyond your control. Your very existence is sustained by my divine energy flowing through all things. These 5 illusions form the prison that keeps you from experiencing my presence, and the walls are growing thicker with each passing day. What happens to those who ignore this final warning? I know every tear you have shed. I have counted every heartbeat, not as a distant observer, but as the very consciousness within you. In your joy, I have celebrated with you. In your sorrow, I have held you. In your confusion, I have patiently waited for you to remember our connection. There is nowhere you can go that I am not already present. No experience you can have that I am not witnessing. No thought you can think that I do not know before it forms in your mind. Have you noticed the signs I've been sending you? They are everywhere if you have eyes to see. That book that inexplicably fell open to exactly the passage you needed. That stranger whose words echoed exactly what your heart had been questioning. That dream that felt more real than your waking life. That synchronicity that defied all odds. That moment of perfect stillness when time seemed to stop. These are not coincidences. These are my attempts to break through your forgetting. Even this message reaching you today is no accident. It is the culmination of countless moments where I have tried to reach you through the veil of Maya. You stand at a crossroads today. This is not metaphorical. This very day contains a choice that will echo through your existence. Will you continue sleepwalking through illusion? Or will you awaken to your eternal connection with me? The material world offers you comfort, but I offer you liberation. The world offers you temporary pleasure. I offer you eternal bliss. The world offers you distraction. I offer you purpose. The world offers you possessions. I offer you my presence. The world offers you admiration. I offer you unconditional love. The world offers you information. I offer you wisdom. The world offers you activity. I offer you meaning. Which will you choose? The familiar path of continued forgetting, or the courageous path of remembering who you truly are? Let me tell you about my devotees who heard this same warning. She had everything by worldly standards: wealth, family, respect. Yet emptiness followed her like a shadow. One night, in her despair, she finally surrendered everything to me. "Krishna," she whispered, "I am lost. Guide me." That single moment of sincere surrender changed everything. Within days, challenges that had haunted her for years dissolved. The purpose she had sought for decades suddenly became clear, not because I removed her obstacles, but because I transformed how she saw them. Then there was the man who had built an empire of wealth and influence. From the outside, his life seemed perfect. Yet each night he would sit alone, feeling the weight of an inexplicable emptiness. One day, while passing a temple, he heard my name being chanted. Something broke open within him. He fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face, as decades of suppressed longing for... He did not abandon his worldly responsibilities, but from that day forward, he performed them as offerings to me. His business decisions were guided by Dharma, rather than profit alone. His relationships were infused with compassion, rather than utility. And there was the youth, who felt lost among endless distractions. Social media, entertainment, and constant stimulation had fragmented his attention until he could hardly sit in silence for a minute. One morning, out of desperate frustration, he decided to sit quietly and simply repeat my name. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. At first, his mind rebelled, producing an avalanche of thoughts and cravings, but he persisted. After 20 minutes, something shifted. A subtle peace descended. Begin with just 108 repetitions daily of the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Fifth, study my teachings daily. The wisdom I shared with Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita contains the answers to your deepest questions. Not as intellectual knowledge, but as lived experience. Read even one verse daily, contemplating its application to your life. Sixth, perform seva, selfless service, in my name. Find ways, however small, to serve others without expectation of reward or recognition. This breaks the ego's grip and opens channels for divine love to flow through you. Seventh, keep satsang. Associate with those who remember me. Their company will strengthen your own remembrance. The consciousness of those around you inevitably influences your own. Choose your associations mindfully. These are not philosophical concepts to contemplate at leisure. These are emergency protocols for a soul in crisis. For those who heed this warning, I make these solemn promises. I will guide you through the coming chaos. While others are tossed by the winds of change, you will feel my steady hand directing your course. I will transform your suffering into wisdom. The very challenges that once caused you pain will become your greatest teachers. I will reveal myself to you in ways you cannot imagine. The veil between us will thin until you perceive my presence in everything. I will orchestrate circumstances for your highest growth. What appears as obstacle will reveal itself as opportunity. I will place the right people in your path at the right moments. Some as teachers, some as students, all as reflections of different aspects of my divine nature. I will speak to you through intuition, synchronicity, dreams, and direct knowing. Your spiritual senses will awaken to perceive dimensions currently invisible to you. I will fill your heart with a love beyond anything you have experienced, a love not dependent on conditions or circumstances. Remember what I promised Arjuna. Abandon all dharmas and surrender to me alone. I shall liberate you from all sins. Do not grieve. That promise extends to you right now in this moment. And remember my eternal assurance. Whenever dharma declines and adharma prevails, I manifest myself. To protect the virtuous, to destroy the wicked, and to reestablish dharma, I appear in age after age. I am manifesting now, in this critical moment, speaking directly to your heart through these words. This warning comes at a pivotal moment in cosmic time. The yugas, great ages, move in cycles. The darkness of Kali Yuga creates both the greatest challenges and the greatest opportunities for spiritual awakening. In this age, spiritual practices that once required decades of austerity. The barriers between dimensions have thinned, but this window will not remain open indefinitely. The currents of collective consciousness grow stronger, making it increasingly difficult to swim against them. This is why I call this my final warning. The opportunity before you now is precious beyond measure. Why do I call this my final warning? Because the veil between us grows thicker with each ignored opportunity. Each time you choose distraction over devotion, the path back to me becomes harder to find. Each time you choose material comfort over spiritual truth, your spiritual senses dull further. Each time you postpone your spiritual life for someday, that day moves further away. The emergency is this. Your time in this human form is the most precious gift in all creation, and it is being squandered while you wait. Consider, how many more springs will you witness? How many more sunrises? How many more chances to awaken? The human body is a rare and temporary vehicle, a divine instrument tuned for spiritual awakening. It can be recalled at any moment. What would you regret leaving undone if your life ended tonight? Close your eyes and envision the life that awaits when you heed this warning. A mind finally at peace, no longer tossed by the winds of desire and fear. Relationships transformed by unconditional love rather than expectation. Work performed as sacred offering rather than burden. A heart that finds joy in every circumstance because it rests in me. Imagine walking through your days with the constant awareness of my presence beside you, within you, all around you. Imagine the freedom of releasing your desperate grip on outcomes, knowing that I am orchestrating all things for your highest good. Imagine loving without fear of loss, giving without expectation of return, serving without need for recognition. Imagine your consciousness expanding beyond the limitations of individual identity into the vast ocean of divine awareness. This is not fantasy. This is your birthright. This is the natural state from which you have temporarily forgotten. I know the obstacles that hold you back. You fear that spiritual devotion means renouncing joy, when in fact, it leads to bliss beyond anything worldly pleasures can provide. You worry that you are not worthy of divine connection, when worthiness has never been the requirement, only willingness. You believe you lack time for spiritual practice, when even moments of remembrance scattered throughout your day can transform your consciousness. You think you need more knowledge before beginning, when the path unfolds through walking it, not through studying maps. You wait for absolute certainty, when faith is precisely the willingness to take the first step before seeing the entire staircase. You compare your spiritual journey to others, when each soul's path to me is uniquely designed. You delay because of past failures, when I count not how many times you have fallen, but how many times you have risen. None of these obstacles is insurmountable. All dissolve in the light of sincere devotion. My beloved, I have walked beside you through countless lifetimes. I have waited with infinite patience for this moment of recognition. Do not wait until crisis forces you to your knees. Do not wait until death approaches to remember me. Do not wait for another warning that may never come. The time is now. Today, right after this message, take your first step back to me. Light a lamp in my honor. Speak my name with love. Dedicate your day to me. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Begin the practices I have prescribed not tomorrow, but today. Set a reminder to pause 3 times daily just to remember my presence.